Practice your sprints on here.
They gon' think I won a Grammy. They gon' think I won a Grammy. They gon' think I won a Grammy. They gon' think I won a Grammy.
Here we are.
All right, back to it. It's been a little bit. It's been 3 weeks since our last one. Yeah, so trying to get back into the hang of things. I was out of town, got married, was on a trip. And so that'll be kind of one of the topics that we talk about here today is kind of how you transition from, kind of getting out of your routine and what are the best strategies to get back into your routine. Because as we all know, it's hard enough to build a routine in the first place. So how do we take that routine that we had before, pause it, and then get back into it? So I guess we could just start with that, Mitch. What's your top three maybe at best ideas of like how to get back into your routine after like being away and maybe traveling for a week or two?
Yeah. Well, first off, I want to state that it's so important to like know that that's okay, right? Like number one, you went on a trip, but even that week before, like we were having fun doing things, and to know that that's cool to do. And what I always tell people is like getting back into it. You shouldn't even think about like, oh man, I gotta do this. It's like, go for it. Don't even take time to think. Like for me, literally, I'll get off, like, cause I travel a lot. I'll get off the plane, and if it's not, midnight, if it's like afternoon, I'm at the grocery store, like, let's grab a few things so I'm prepared. And it can just be the smallest things to get you back in. So that's what I recommend is like, don't take time to lollygag around, because you can hang around, I'll get back to the routine tomorrow, and that's when shit gets bad. So jump right into it, and jump into it in any way. Like, I'm not saying you should get off the plane, go to the gym, meal prep for 3 weeks. It's get off the plane and grab like a meal for the next day, so you're successful for the next day.
Yeah.
And then like it's like, okay, plan out your workouts. How are you going to get your workouts? How are you going to get back into the gym the next day? Like, you should know, like, tomorrow this is what I'm going to do in the gym. So, yeah, for me, that's always work, because it's so easy to show up. You're obviously a little tired. You're not used to it. It's easy to show up and just, maybe later. So, just getting right back into it, I think that's my number one key.
I'll play off that one because that's exactly what I did when I just came back. Was I decided, okay, I'm not going to have 4 more days off after I get back from the trip. It's like a 4-day weekend. But like I think about like when I'm at home, that's when I'm in the batter's box. That's when it's time to actually do my thing. So I think if I sat around those 4 days, it'd be very easy to start that as my new routine post-trip as opposed to what I was doing before. So I say I was on vacation. That period of time is over. I get home, I get right back into what I'm trying to do. And so I got in the gym back to back the first 2 days back, got back on healthier meals, although I was still eating healthy on vacation, just with cheat meals in there or whatever. I'm still living my life. But I got right back in the gym. 3 days later, I'm here with Mitch, and we're working out in the gym here, filming. So that's what I thought about to myself was exactly what Mitch said, and that's great advice. Is just can't let yourself just say, I'm going to give myself a few days to recover from the trip. Because otherwise, you're just going to keep pushing it and pushing it off. And that's the procrastination that kills most people in the gym anyway. And so these are events like traveling that can help you perpetuate that. But don't let that happen to you. Just get right back into it.
And the way you do that is like I said, like, you can make excuses like, I'm tired, I've been working, or I've not been working, but I've been on this vacation, let me ease back into it. But when people say that, they don't do it. So my thing is like, ease back into it, but get into it. Like you said, like it's not like, okay, like Zach didn't jump in from being off 2 weeks and like going at his full volume workout that he had been at. It's like, I gotta start back a little bit. Like I'm not gonna go hit it hard.
But it's also dependent on how long you've been away. I mean, I was out of the gym for probably 2.5 weeks just because of the timing of things. I still did like a lot of active stuff on vacation, swimming, and hiking and all sorts of stuff like that, some a little bit of running on the beach. But if you're only traveling for 5 days, it's really just an excuse not to get back in the gym at full volume, because that's more like a rest period for you. You should come into the gym and almost be able to get more volume just because you've had a sufficient rest for yourself. And I think your first advice actually gave us a few different great ideas to get back into it, because you said, number one was to get back right into it, but I think you gave us a second great piece of advice, which was plan. Make that exercise plan and that nutrition plan, like even if it's just day one, like Mitch said, that's great advice that you gave, because even if you're on the plane on the way back, you could just write down, okay, these are my first 3 meals that I'm going to have when I come back. This is what I need to buy at the store. Here's my grocery list. What am I going to hit at the gym? Most of the time you're on a plane, you've got a little bit of time to kill. You could take 30 minutes to write down your exercise plan, your nutrition plan for 1 or 2 days, and then you've got yourself this little boosted jump start back into your plan. So I think that was it gave 2 things right there.
And then you're right in it. People say it's so hard to get back in your routine. You do that, you're in it.
Yeah.
You're already there.
I feel like I'm back in it already.
Really?
3rd day in a row in the gym. Going to go a 4th day, probably take one of Mitch's classes tomorrow. And so 4 days in a row. Now I feel like I've hit that streak, and I'm actually feeling really good about myself, rather than taking these 4 days off and then having to start back work, start back in the gym. I'm like back into it. But regardless, if you have to go back to work, because some people get back on a Sunday and you got to go back to work on Monday, it's still, don't let that be your excuse to why you're not going to get back into your diet and exercise plan, because it's hard for you to do work and everything else. Because life happens, and if you let those things be excuses, they're just going to hold you back.
100%. Yep. So another thing that I've been getting a lot of questions on, and I kind of answered it myself on my Instagram, but I was going to get your take. And people have been asking me, like, how do you stay motivated, right? Like, let's say you're not really seeing results, you feel like you're doing a lot. How do you stay motivated to actually keep going? Like, I'd rather, like some people say, I'd rather just give up because nothing's working for me.
Yeah. I would say goals are huge for me. It's keeping my motivation and tracking progress. I think if you make these goals for yourself and you don't track where you're at, if it's just like, I want to get in the gym 50 times in the next year, and then you really don't take a look at what you're doing, like that, what is that goal? Like, you don't even know if you're working towards that or not. Or like, if you're like, I want to max out a 250-pound bench press, but you don't take measurements along the way, it's hard to stay motivated. So I'd say make your long-term goals, but also make short-term goals that you can measure periodically and try to hit those goals, so that when you kind of move on through your program, you can try to get those. I also just stay motivated with like reading, honestly, like reading other people's stuff. I read a lot of like Lewis Howes. I listen to, I read Gary Vee's stuff. I listen to podcasts, and a lot of times those are actually what keep me motivated. Interestingly enough, is external motivation, and now that's a little different from the internal motivation that I talked about with the goals. But those are kind of 2 big things for me, I would say.
Yeah, totally. And to point out that, like, the first thing you said, like, people mistake, like, they say they want to do this thing, and by not setting those small goals, you don't see what you're really accomplishing. Like, you won't notice it. You'll think nothing's happening, but it's like, wait, take a look at what you've actually done.
Yep.
And that's what I always tell people. It's like, people are so focused on, I haven't lost 60 pounds yet, the gym sucks.
Yeah. And
it's like, wait, remember 3 months ago when you wouldn't even step foot in the gym, and now you've been working out for 3 months?
Yep.
That's bigger than losing the weight, because that's your life.
Yep. And it's mini milestones. And then that's a good point too. If you're watching us and trying to get weight loss advice and stuff like that, and you're trying to lose weight, you have to think about, is what you're measuring actually a marker of what your actual end goal is? Because your end goal is to probably just look better and feel better is probably what your end goal is. Your end goal probably really isn't to weigh 200 or 150 on a scale. Your goal is to look better. So, if you've got to take pictures to track progress, or get your body fat measured, something that's, make sure your goals are accurate to what you're actually trying to get to. Because, for example, weight loss, people aren't really trying to just lose weight; they're just trying to look better and feel better. So you got to really find what measures your actual what you want.
And that's the thing. Like that's where people get so mixed up. Is they do these things, like you said, their goal really is to feel better and look better. But then the only thing they look at is the scale. And so when that doesn't move, they forget about how they're sleeping better, how they have a little more energy in their day, how they lost like size in their measurements.
Or they're stronger,
Right.
or their back pain is decreased a little bit.
Right?
Yeah.
Like that's gonna go a long way for the rest of your life than the scale, which could be dictated by who knows.
Well, and it's an arbitrary number because on any given day, if I went and worked out really hard, I could lose 10 pounds of water weight just because of my body size, and then I could rehydrate a lot, and I could be 10 pounds heavier. I didn't just gain 10 pounds. My water fluctuates depending on how much salt, carbohydrates you're taking in. So there's a lot of different factors that impact these things. So you also have to think about that. Don't get too caught up in like the daily weight scale thing, because it's hard on you. Because it will go up and down. It's an up and down process.
There's no real point, man. Like I posted something a while back how like based on my height and my weight, like I'm classified by weight as obese.
And I would be overweight on
Right.
a BMI scale.
And it's like, come on, man. Like,
Yeah.
if we were both focused on that only, like we would probably be miserable, right?
Yep.
Like I would be like, oh my god, I'm like,
Yep, and that's a great example because obviously you're not obese. And
Right.
obviously I'm not obese, or even I'm overweight, but overweight in probably a good way because it's muscle mass is what makes you overweight. So we're going to be a lot heavier than we should be for our height. So that would be also the scale would be lying to us in the fact that I might like how I look in the mirror, but I might be heavier than I've ever been. But muscle density is also going to play a huge role in that too. So if you're really strong and you've got really high muscle density, then that's going to also play an impact into that. So just remember, try to take a step back and think about how you're measuring what you actually want, and then set attainable, measurable goals along the way so you can hit many milestones and celebrate those small progresses, because any progress is good progress. And so as long as you're moving in the right direction, you continue to move in the right direction. Weight loss and muscle mass gain is not a fast process. Changing your diet is not a fast process. Like you said, like people ask you in the gym, like, how do I get as big as you? It's years of training, putting on legacy muscle like on top. So some of it just takes time and being patient. So speaking of workouts, we did some stuff today. We were doing some like high intensity interval training, summer shred type series. So we did some different combo sets. We did some battle ropes. We did some mountain climbers, some box jumps. We did what else did we do? Some kettlebell carries, working on some stability because it's always good to throw on stability. And then we did some summer shred. What was it? 2-minute finisher.
Sun's out, guns out.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
Well,
that was fun.
Yeah, our goal today was like, it's Seattle, so the sun was out for 30 minutes, then it kind of went away. But we know, like right now, it's summertime. Like no one wants to sit in the gym for 2 hours,
Yeah.
and we get it. So you want something where you can go bust your ass for 30 minutes and get out, get a sweat on. You're burning some calories, you're lifting a little weight. So that's what we kind of tried to do. Is it's like you said, high intensity stuff that's going to get your heart rate up. You're going to be working, and hopefully you can get some guns built up.
Well, it was funny because what we initially wanted to do was we wanted to go to a park and do a workout. And we didn't want to bother. There was a lot of kids out there playing out in the sun, which is great. Awesome to see. So we didn't want to bother anybody there filming. So we rode the line bikes around town. I got a cardio workout riding up like 25 stories worth of hills on a line bike. And then we got here and hit all that. So we actually kind of got a pre-workout in. And then did our workouts, so we've done a lot of like threshold training. I don't know, it's not really technically threshold training because we didn't do any like measurements, but it was good. I think we got our heart rates up, and summer's coming up. It's always nice to be outside, so we got those playground workouts coming up. here pretty soon. Because a lot of the stuff we did in the gym, you can find ways to replicate similar stuff that's going to get your heart rate going, which is going to get you a pump, really get you a good workout in a short period of time while being out in the sun. And even if you got kids, they can be playing at the park, and you could be here.
It's a pull up.
Yeah, there you go. You've got
Go play over there.
families having fun. You're getting a workout, so it'll be a good time when we get that going. So we'll put out some good content on that. What else we got in the pipeline?
Shoot, I mean, I think probably some more high intensity stuff. Just like that, I want to throw in some high intensity stuff again to get you in and out of the gym all through summer.
Yeah.
Even throughout, you don't want to be hanging out there. You want to be outside. But on top of that, what we've been talking about is trying to show you guys the things that your workout might be missing.
Yeah.
Like we talked about unilateral training,
Oh,
or stability work, or power, explosive work. That like we're not going to show you. Like, I don't think it would be like super beneficial to run you through like a full hour power workout. But like, here's one thing that you can add in.
Yeah.
So that you're covering those bases.
Yeah.
Here's a way to switch this typical workout to be unilateral, so that you're getting that training.
Yeah, and I think that unilateral is a great point, because we were talking about that during our workout, was doing more unilateral stuff, because the dominant side, or if you have a side that's injured or lost of range of motion or something like that, your other side is just naturally going to take up that 10, 15, even 25 extra % of the load, and that's really going to decrease the workload on the other side, and you develop these asymmetries. And so trying to bring out more unilateral stuff, try and work on one side than the other, it's just going to be a good benefit. And then, like Mitch talks about, adds that extra core, stability and anti-rotation or core rotation, depending on what you're doing. And so that's a good benefit.
Yeah. And then, it's just stuff you can add in, like maybe at the end, maybe you superset it with something.
Yep. Yeah, and I think the theme of the next few will definitely be how to save time in the gym, how to get it going quickly, and get in and out. Because with anything in life, time is kind of the biggest, value. It's like the reason why we do rideshare apps and we do Uber, all that stuff. It saves time, and so we're gonna try to show you how to save time in the gym, get the exact same amount of workout intensity, burn the same amount of calories, gain the same amount of muscle, but do it in a more efficient way, so that you don't have to dread, I have to go to the gym, I'm going to be there for an hour and a half. I'm going to go to the gym for 30 to 45 minutes, and you're going to feel great about yourself. You're going to get tons of results, but you're not going to spend your life in the gym. So that's what we got. So that's it. Day number 9 or 10. I think it's 9.
Yeah. On 10. On 10.